As promised, I'm delivering. It's Nim, otherwise known as Nymbus or Flying Nymbus. You can find me on Instagram, NYMBUS__. And basically, I'm going to take you through how I sample in Lexus Audio Editor. So I always like to show exactly what the song sounds like before I do anything to it. Basically, this is how. So basically, that's how the sample starts out, and off top, I already could hear a lot of potential, especially in the beginning. This is the most you can zoom in Lexus Audio. So right here, I love those chords. And so basically, I find the position that I want to start in and the position I want to finish and go in, which, it can be tedious at first, but once you're inspired, you can't stop that process. You can't stop that flow. You got to follow through. And so this little red bar you see right here is basically where the audio is going to be playing. So this controls where your audio starts and where it stops. And basically, if you want to zoom into a certain section, you drag that red line around, and then you seek it, you zoom in, capture, and you chop it up. So it's a little offbeat. Obviously, there's something here that I need to solve. And this is the fun part. Sometimes it can be tedious as a producer, yeah, but it's also the fun part of sampling because it allows you to look and see, all right, where do I really need to bring it? You know what I mean? Before I slow it down, before I do anything to it, where do I really need to go? So I'd say if it were me, I'd probably put it right about here. And mind you, Lexus Audio, you don't want to sample, you don't want to cut exactly where you need it, because what I do is I cut exactly kind of the idea out just to trim the fat, and I always leave myself room to grow. So you not necessarily need to chop exactly where you want the sample to be. You just want to exclude what you don't need. So you see all that extra stuff right there? We don't need all that at all. So what we're gonna do is gonna go to this top right hand corner here, press the 3 squares in the top. This will bring down this drop menu. Then you're gonna go to trim inverse, which basically is trimming all the fat that you don't need and only keeping what has been selected in these 2 circles here. Once you click that, you'll be left with just what you sampled, just what you want, and all that you need in order to basically begin your next part of sampling. Playing with tempos, I like to see what kind of, if I'm going to go slow or if I'm going to maybe pick up the tempo a little bit and go a little bit faster with it. But yeah, I like to mess around at this point. And this is the fun point of sampling in Lexus Audio Editor, because it allows you to play with your speed. So what I just chose was to change the speed, which affects both tempo and pitch in real time. I might slow it down. So obviously slowing it down, it is going to make it easier for me to mess around with it. This is also where I get my ideas for my songs typically, because I'll be able to harmonize, rain, direction I want to go with when after I chop this. So it's a great way of building your songs, building your ideas, and messing around. So we're gonna go with 7. You know, I like the number 7 personally, and if I want to speed it up in the future, I can. If I want to slow it down more, I can. But I like 7. It gives me something to play with. It's melodic. It kind of feels like a folk song, and um, you know, it reminds me of Kid Cudi's music at some point in time. You know, when he was going through speeding Bullet to Heaven, and you know, even his Wizard phase, like that guitar era was so cool, and I definitely am. It resonates deeply right now with me personally from a producer standpoint. But I love stuff like that, and plan on showing you guys a little bit more before I head out. But I just wanted to give you a little bit more insight on how to move around in Lexus Audio Editor, and maybe who knows, make an idea of your own in the future and put something else with it. You know. Now that I know where I want the sample to be in terms of the actual speed, I can go in and see where I want it to actually end. So once again, this is what the song sounds like. Sample wise. I love the way it's going. And there's some part of it that I don't need. So once again, I'm going to take this red tool, come towards the end here, and I believe it's right around this area. I want to say it's right by the 655 mark, somewhere around there. And one key thing I can tell you guys, when it comes to Lexus Audio Editor, it's great for not messing with the quality of your sound. So saves it without adding that compression aspect, unless you choose to certain level of compression. So let's see what it looks like. We have the loop selected right here. Make sure that's always selected when you got your loop. And now we'll play with it. Wow. Sounds pretty good. It's a little bit of a clip, but I can fix that. Just like that. It's a simple loop. So once you have that loop and you're kind of like, okay, this is enough to go with the idea, you're going to want to open that drop menu, go down to trim, inverse, delete, trim it down again. Make sure what you trimmed is exactly what you wanted. And then you save that baby. So, me personally, and since this is an Android, it looks a little different probably than maybe if you use it in an Apple product. But for my Droid users, Samsung Galaxies users, basically you can save it. Yeah, Lexus Audio has their own folder. I personally like to save it in my own folder. So as you can see, I have the Stay a While sample, NYM, that's me. um, just to keep my own organization. I've already saved this before, so I'm good to go in that. But that's what you want to do. Save your sample. Make sure you back it up. Save a wave. What I usually do, I save wave, but Lexus Audio Editor allows you to save MP3, wave, FLAC, M4A, AAC, and WMA, which is cool. I typically do wave or MP3 if I'm going to send it online, but wave if I'm going to keep it for production in the future, because when you have a wave file, there's less compression than an MP3 file. MP3 files are more compressed, and they also are flatter in sound, so they have less dynamic range. So stick to your wave, save it, you're good to go, and basically you can move on with that sample elsewhere in your projects or your production or whatever you want to do. But once again, this is Nim. Just wanted to show you how to sample in Lexus Audio Editor, give you guys a little bit of tools and insight on how my production process works just from the sampling aspect of it. And then in the future, I'm gonna do more videos on actually how to build upon that sample in another app that I use on my phone. So make sure you like, subscribe, follow me on YouTube, Twitch, Twitch at Nymbus Cloud, YouTube Flying Nymbus. And I definitely got more videos coming for you in the future. I hope y'all enjoyed this one. Feel free to download the app on the App Store, Lexus Audio Editor. And yeah, man, get your ideas out there and start really uh, building on things that you have in your mind, because that's what I did with this app. I didn't have a laptop. All I had was my phone, and I needed to create. So this app helped me create, get there, and hopefully it can do the same for you. Have a great day. Take care. One love.